room that you can maneuver as well. So don't fight on that threshold. So you want to be clearing the room as much as possible from the outside before actually entering. And then you want to be clearing your kind of critical corners. So you're looking at the corner that you need to clear as much as possible. So based on that corner there is the first one that I need to cover because I can't clear it. We've got this one here behind this door as well. Okay, so I'm going to be coming in. I'm going to be clearing this. You want to be doing it in pairs as well, so that you're covering at least both of those two critical corners. You should be able to clear as much as possible the other kind of ends of the room. If it's a big room, then obviously you want to be shouting up your other teammates before you actually enter, so that you know that there needs to be at least 2 pairs or possibly even more, depending on the size of the building and the complexity of it. But you're going to be clearing as much as possible from the outside. Then you're going to be pushing in, clearing that corner. If there's if there's a pair of you, I mean, ideally you want to be getting to the
Go on yelling, Bones.
Yeah,
go on yelling.
Sorry. Yeah, can you hear us now?
Yep, much better.
Okie dokie, cool. So you'll be coming in and you're kind of covering that your partner. So let's just grab Duck. Come and do this with us. Okay, so if I'm going to be going in, I'm going to be going in and I'm going to be covering this corner.
Yep, ready?
Duck will be covering the opposite one. You want to be talking and communicating, and then you're going to say, communication is probably one of the key things. So going in, clearing, left, moving now.
Right.
Left clear.
Right's clear.
And then you want to be coming in and just getting into the kind of far corner, making sure that you're clearing everything. But crucially as well is that you're back kind of covering towards the door just in case some sneaky fuckers just come around the corner somewhere else. And you know, these kind of corridors and stuff, they may have come from a room or come from around the corner here. They may have just missed. They've just seen you just going in. You haven't seen them, and then they might just be coming in to come in and shooting you. So you're clearing those things, and then you're coming back and you're covering the door just in case there's some kind of sneaky bastard. Okay. Those are the kind of key things there. Also remember, when you're leaving the room as well, you need to ensure that you're depending on how many there are, you want to be just as careful leaving as when you kind of came in. So I'll be like, I'm going to fish hook around to just hook around to the right, Duck.
Yep.
So I'll be hooking around into the corridor going this way. Duck will just be quickly clearing that, covering that kind of rear security, and then you can move on to the next room. Yeah. Okay. Some of the things as well. So when you're going into the room, you're trying to describe what it is that you see in front of you. So, for example, this one is like a box room. So you could shout box room, or just if it's a small room, then shout small room, because that's there's only enough space for one person to fit in. Then if you got this one here, if you're coming up to this room, you're opening the door, you're kind of pieing around, you can see, okay, yeah, this is a corner room. Okay. Or, you've got an L-shaped room. You've got describing what it is that you can see around you. Okay. So then you could, coming in, you could be clearing this corner here, and then you're wanting to make sure that you're kind of clearing the other corners as well as you're going in. The other person that comes in secondary, they'll be coming in and they'll be clearing this corner here. And then you still got that kind of pieing thing that you need to do to make sure that you're clearing this. But the person here that's come in cleared that corner, and then they've got that same kind. They've got the angle, a better angle for kind of clearing this corner as well. In the same way that if you're clearing on the threshold, you're taking a little bit of a step you know, as best as you possibly can without exposing yourself wider. So you're trying to clear as much of the room. The wider the angle, the better you'll be able to see into the room. So, for example, if I just go over, you guys just stand roughly here by these signs, as if you're kind of protecting the corner or whatever. If I come around here, one of the things with like slicing the pie and that kind of thing, essentially, if I'm coming up here, right, to do this, if I'm hugged really close, so basically, if I'm hugged really close to the wall here and I'm going around the other side, okay, so that's what I'm doing now. I'm coming up here and then I'm coming around and then I'm looking at you guys. You'll see my weapon way before you'll actually see me. So you'll have like, you know, almost a second maybe, depending on the speed of coming around the corner to actually get a bead, and the enemy will be able to take you out before you get around. So instead of doing that, you just kind of take a bit of a step off. So you're wanting to get a much better angle as you're going round. Okay. So what that looks like from the other side, you see the difference. So this is the first way. Okay. And then the second way, I've taken a step off. So I'm trying to get a better angle, and I'm actually looking at you guys as I come around the corner. So I could just put some rounds in your general direction, trying to take you out as I'm coming around the corner. So that's one of the kind of key things of don't be, I mean, another thing, it doesn't really matter in armor, but you don't want to be kind of scraping against the wall, making noise and that type of thing. There's loads of like different kind of footwork stuff, and I mean, you don't even need to think about that stuff in armor, so I wouldn't worry about it. Another thing as well is if you go into another room and you've got so you got a second room in there as well. So as you're coming in, you can call up. So if I've got a buddy team, so Doc. So I might, I'll come in. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna hook right.
Going left.
That extra door, so we can clear this room here. If we've got other people, then we can call them up to clear the second room. So second team up. Just call in some of the other people to do that, or depending on the situation. And we're small teams. So long as if you've cleared this room here, you feel reasonably comfortable that no one's going to be following you in, then go and take the second room yourselves, just in exactly the same way. But if you've got more people, bring them in and do kind of like a bounding like through the building from that kind of point of view. So you want to be covering all of those, covering all of your angles as you're going through. Okay. Yeah. So just spotted the sign up there. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast is really really important as well. So you don't want to be rushing things. You don't want to be going too fast with this type of stuff. So we've got like, so basically we usually talk about speed, aggression, and surprise, right? So it's when we're saying speed, it's not about rushing. Okay, it's not about top speed. It generally means more about momentum. So maintaining that momentum, but obviously not. I suppose it depends on the situation, but you don't want to be too slow. But it's more about kind of momentum. Okay. And then when it comes to aggression, we're talking about not being like we're trying to be stealthy, so it's not about rah, that kind of aggression. It's more about kind of violence of action. So when you go. That's kind of what we mean in this kind of situation, because we're trying to clear these areas. We're trying to be sneaky, and then and then surprise. So speed, aggression, surprise. Surprise is when you do when you have that speed and you have that momentum and you keep that momentum going, and you've got that aggression. When you've got the combination of those two, that's what makes, that's where you get the surprise from. Okay. So it's just about doing that type of thing. I think